Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm so sorry it took me this long to figure out what button to push.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all a learning experience, right?
Hi! You guys, this is Melissa Maris. She's also known as Raw Food Romance, and she is the most beautiful food photographer ever, ever.
Oh, you're so kind. I can't wait to take pictures of your stuff, maybe.
Oh my God. So you were a photographer before you were even a raw vegan.
Yes, I was. I've actually been a professional photographer since 2008. So I had my own business when I was living in Canada, and it was a photography business. I did mostly weddings and boudoir. So I photographed women for gifts for their fiancés and boyfriends and partners, and even just gifts for themselves. So we would do a lot of that. I also did other photography, like food photography and stuff for companies. And so when I went raw, I was like, I want to combine my love for photography with my love of raw food. And that's where Raw Food Romance became.
Well, that's why your books are, I got to tell you, your books really caught my eye in the bundle. And the bundle, by the way, guys, is a raw food bundle that's available just for a couple more days. That is the brainchild of Lissa and Chris Kendall from the Raw Advantage. And I thought, why are they asking me to do this? I'm not really raw, whatever. But then when I looked at it, I mean, I got to say, your book is unbelievable. Your burger book and your husband's ice cream book. I wish there was can you show the photos? I mean, because it's Instagram, we can't
grab the,
but if you have a book, man.
Well, we have the book.
Because the book is $43 on Amazon and the bundle is $49 and it's like 60 books.
Yeah, so you're getting the digital version, but here are some of the pictures that we took for the nice cream. And this book digitally is available in the bundle, and it's 106 nice cream recipes. How to make nice cream with bananas. There's the vanilla.
What's so great is anybody, even if they're not vegan, would love this ice cream book.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh my gosh. And it's so nice, like, to have all of the books all in one place, right? Like you can download all 65 books into a little folder and keep it on Dropbox or an external drive, and you can just access them whenever you want, whenever you need inspiration. Yeah, it's so cool. The name of it is the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, and you can grab it at either of our links in our bio. So head over to Chef AJ, click the link in her bio, or the link in mine.
Click the link in Lissa's bio. But my God, 65 books, that's like 75 cents a book.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
75 cents a book. So I just released the burger book for the bundle launch. Like I was like, we're going to do a bundle and I want to have a brand new book for the bundle. So I created the burger book because I wanted to make it anyways. And I was like, might as well launch it in the bundle. So you're getting that brand new book for 75 cents when you buy the bundle.
I know, and I think people don't realize that at least the ice cream book is $42.99 on Amazon. Mm-hmm. So for like $6, like I'm bad at math, $5 more, you get 64 other books. And we don't have a book, but what we contributed was the conference, that last live conference we did at the Ultimate Weight Loss Conference in Vegas. So you get lectures that nobody saw unless they were one of the 500 people at the conference of Dr. Tom Campbell, Dr. Ellen Goldhammer, Dr. Doug Lyle. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, like so when I was clicking through them, so you have a year to download the books, by the way, which is kind of a long time, but I always think you should do it like as soon as you get it. And I did. I went through almost every book, but there were 4 of them that really caught my eye. Both of your books, Nate books, and there was one by Chef Ocean where I really liked a lot of the recipes. And there was one by, I think her name was Davila. Is that her name?
Yeah, Jenna, Live Pure Jenna. She's got a really beautiful book too.
Oh my God. I got recipes. I printed them out, like fat-free sour cream and onion chips made out of zucchini. She had recipes for these. I'm old school with bad eyes, so I did print a few things out, but curly fries. I mean, I really like her book. Kale thins.
Oh my goodness.
Really cool. I mean, I wish people could just see how great this bundle was. Oh, broccoli nibs. I don't have a colored printer. This stuff's even, raw food especially is so pretty in color.
It sure is. And yeah, I love that you printed it out, because if like there's some people, a plant-based space says, I love physical recipe books, but it seems like such a value. And it is, because not only can you download them and have on your devices, so when you're shopping, you can just log in and check out and see what ingredients you need, but also you can print them out. Like actually Jade, she's one of the contributors to the bundle. She has a sauce book with 20 raw low-fat sauces. And she printed out, I think, like half the books. She printed them all out in color. So she's got all of the books all printed out, ready to go, because she likes to have the physical. But you're totally more than welcome to print them if you want to have paper versions. So
yeah, that is really cool. And the recipes, I mean, there's a couple of chefs that had a little bit of oil here and there, but for the most part, it's all low fat. So that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, exactly. And Live Like Live is a great raw vegan inspo. Yes, she's got some amazing stuff. There's just so much in this bundle.
I know, it's unbelievable. I mean, it blows my mind. Where did you get the idea for it?
Well, I have been involved with bundles in the past. I did the plant-based bundle. I did a vegan what bundle. I did a couple, and I saw the incredible value that was in a bundle. And Chris, Kendall, and I were both in the last plant-based bundle, and we love the bundles because of the value, but also we were chatting right after the last bundle, and we were like, wouldn't it be cool if there was an all raw one? Because there wasn't an all raw one. There's like a lot of cooked food in that other one, a lot of fitness stuff, which is awesome. But we wanted like one for the raw community. And so we're both chatting, and we both didn't want to ask, but we both did. And we were like, I can't remember who mentioned it first, but we were like, do you want to do one? And the other one was like, yeah. So we decided to do it together, and it was born. And we reached out to everyone and anyone we could think of, and everyone was contributing brand new content. So even if you are a long-term raw foodie and you have a lot of our already stuff, there's a lot of new content. I would say over half of the contributions to the bundle are brand new content, never before released. So
everything was new to me, so I was very inspired because I'm not raw, but I love to include more raw. And if you want to see, well, I guess you call it Uncook, Lissa Uncook, she was on my show last Friday, I believe, and made, oh my God, Hawaiian burgers and pineapple ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it was so fun. We had so much fun.
I know, we were on for almost 2 hours anyway. Yeah. That was amazing. So there's a question for you from, I love this name, Invite Plants to Every Meal. What inspired you to go raw?
Ooh, so I always knew kind of about a raw diet. I learned about it in 2004. And I always did like a high fat version. I was always calorie restricting like severely because I try to lose weight, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, why isn't this working? I want it to work so bad. But I also didn't have the vegan connection. I was only doing raw because I really resonated with the diet. So I decided that after 10 years of trying again, I was having really bad heart palpitations one night. I was eating a lot of junk food, and I decided that I wanted to try raw one more time, but this time I was going to try the low-fat version. And somebody had mentioned Fully Raw Christina's been raw for years too, and she was originally the one that inspired me to try low-fat, because I'd always tried the high-fat version. I was doing olive oil in my salads. I was eating 2 avocados in my smoothies. I was handfuls of nuts, and it just wasn't working. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try the low-fat version, and I'm going to try eating a lot more calories. So I was eating anywhere between 2,100 and 2,300 calories a day at 10% total fats, and I lost 70 pounds in 14 months. I cleared up my adult cystic acne. I regulated my hormones. My joint pain completely went away. My mood lifted. I felt happier. My digestion's improved dramatically. It's just been so amazing. So I always choose raw because I just love how I feel on raw. Right? The more raw, the better. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, everybody needs to eat more raw, no matter what kind of diet. That is absolutely for sure. Was there anybody in the bundle that you wanted but didn't have a product to contribute?
Ooh, good question. You asked the best questions.
That's because it's my job.
You do a great job at your job. Yes, there were a few people. We asked Doug Graham if he wanted to be part, but he was too busy to do so. And I also have my friend, Dr. Aurelie, who's Raw Vegan Doctor on Instagram. And I was trying to convince her. I'm like, come on, you got to do it. And she's like, I'm so busy. I don't know if I can make a book in time. And she doesn't have a book.
Chris didn't give any of us a lot of time because I
know,
had
right?
recipes, but I just didn't have it in a book.
Yeah, so I think the next time we do the bundle, we're going to give a good, like, at least 4 months before so that we can compile some stuff. But Aurelie is one. John Kohler, we asked, but he didn't have any time either. And now he's like severe FOMO. He's like, I want to join the next bundle. So we've got John Kohler, we've got Doug Graham and Dr. Aurelie, and a bunch of other people as well. We have Yoga Liberty, my friend Angelica. She's writing a raw food and yoga book, like how raw food can help enhance your yoga practice. And just like a bunch of other people want to join the next bundle. So I think we're probably going to do it again. And this time, all of the ones that we didn't have in this bundle, we're going to have in the next. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Is Philly Raw Christina in the bundle?
No, we did ask her, but she was going through a lot of emotional stuff at the time, and she said that she was going to step out for this one. So hopefully she comes into the next one. But we did ask everybody, and if they weren't in the bundle, it was likely because they were maybe not able to, or the promotion time was not at a time that was good for them, or what have you. So but yeah, we asked her for sure.
Well, thank you for asking me, because at first I thought, why are they asking me? I don't fit in, but I'm glad I did, because a lot of my people were really interested in this product, because I don't think you have to be raw to enjoy raw food. Everybody eats raw food. They just don't know it's raw. Almost everybody eats guacamole. Almost everybody eats salsa. Almost everybody eats fruit. Almost everybody eats salad. But the people like you that can configure these fruits and vegetables into like burgers and all kinds of just, it's basically art. That's what I think I love about it, is that it's just, you know, like lentils, they don't look that great, to be honest. You know, they're brown. They're good for you, but they're brown. But raw food always looks beautiful.
Right, exactly. I know you get all those vibrant colors and it's beautiful. And I love what you say about how you don't have to be fully raw to enjoy fully raw foods. You can incorporate more into your life as much as you want. And that's why we asked you and some others that actually aren't fully raw, but anything that is in the bundle, we wanted to be fully raw. So you didn't have to be a full raw person yourself, but the product that you contributed had to be fully raw. So we wanted to include other people, because we don't want to be exclusive and be like, no one can join unless you're fully 100% raw, because that's perfectionist mindset. And I don't like that kind of thing. And Chris doesn't either. We want to be encompassing and have the message.
Speaking of you and Chris, we have an exciting announcement I'm so excited. In August, so those of you that maybe are watching me but don't know me, or even if you know me because you follow me on Instagram, not really on YouTube, whereas really where I spend most of my time, I do a live show every day, sometimes multiple times a day. I've done it since the pandemic began, March 20th, 2020. And Lissa was on last Friday with Nate. They did a food demo. Check it out. A great episode. I'm doing a whole week of Iron Chef competitions and putting chefs, you know, that's not like I hate putting them against each other. There's we can't really have judges because they're going to be in different cities. But of course, we wanted to have some of them be raw. And so Lissa's going to go up against Chris. It was, I forget what day. I think you guys chose Tuesday, but that is going to be great, because I just think it's going to be so fun. And we have lots of chefs. We have Kathy Hester versus Jill Dalton. We have Chef Bravo versus Elspeth Feldman. We've got, it's just going to be a wonderful week. You know, fun. Is there, I don't want to like make it sound negative, like I don't want to say infighting, but like sometimes I feel like, I think about Rodney King, you know, when he said, can't we all just get along? And I feel that sometimes even vegans don't get along, because like some people are veganer than thou, and they look down their nose if somebody has a better diet. So maybe like somebody that's a vegan for ethical reasons in eating a lot of junk food may feel judged by somebody that doesn't eat oil. And then, you know, and then there's the no salt, you know, but then raw is in the raw food community, are there like little factions of, like, I don't want to say disagreements, but you know what I mean? Like, because some people maybe do a high fat raw, and some people might do an 80-10-10. And I don't know, some people might just eat fruit. Or do all raw foods get along?
Yeah, that's so true. I do notice that in the raw community. And I think that's true across the board for any industry. Like it was even like that in the photography industry. And my husband, Nate, he used to be a glass blower, and he said there was, you know, like bickering among the glass blowers, even like what technique is better than the other. So in the raw community, there are certain different kind of factions, I guess, who, like, some people are really into the detox stuff, and other people are just, they want to eat the whole food. And it can get kind of intense because certain people are like, no, you have to do it this way. But it's not. It's all about... But it
doesn't work. I mean, I had Dr. Gemma Newman on the show today, and she said, as a doctor, I have to meet people. It doesn't work. Just telling people what to do and beating them up, it doesn't really get them to do it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, you have to inspire them and share and say, like, add more raw to your diet, and maybe give low fat a chance. Maybe if you feel like if you're eating higher fat and it's causing issues, then just tone it down, right? It's all coming at it from where your body is, because everybody has a story. Everyone has a history. And if you came from a history of a lot of antibiotic use, or if you were born C-section and you don't have that bacteria from birth, there can be a lot of digestive issues, and you have to work with your own digestion from where you are and move forward from there. So certain people, maybe they have SIBO and they have to adjust their diet while they're healing. And there's just so much out there. And it really is about just learning, like, what makes the most sense and applying it, and just not judging. I hope people don't judge others, whether they're all raw or half raw.
I think people just judge others in general. In life. But, you know, I think it's about finding what diet makes you look and feel the best. And I don't think I think that everyone can find some version of a plant-based diet that's going to be true. And some people will need or like higher fat, and some lower fat, and some might do okay with a little salt. And that's why when they say, well, Dr. So-and-so said, it's like, well, for example, me, there's a saying that when you're a hammer, you look at everything as a nail. And so me, coming from a background of obesity for over 50 years and food addiction, I choose a diet that for me will get me out of that space so that I don't have to have cravings, things like that. But I don't think that everybody has to avoid all salt every day. You know what I'm saying? But for me, this is what works. But I always tell people, do the least restrictive diet that you can do that'll give you the results you want. And, but insanity is doing the same thing over and over. When people say, well, Dr. So says this and this, and then they end up doing like little bits of, I don't know. It's the diet wars are crazy. So these Instagram lovely people have great names. John Ass Sunshine. He says that he wants to be in the next bundle and that he's eating fully raw at True North. Well, make sure you tell all the doctors there, they know me. Hi. I just had actually one on the show yesterday. So someone says they're craving meat. I saw a thing said, here it is. Claudia Sky says, or Claudie Sky, I'm having issues with cravings. I'm transitioning from meat to meatless, but the cravings are real. That's, well, tell me more, because meat is a lot of fat generally and a lot of salt, because most people don't eat raw meat. I mean, not humans anyway. Yeah, exactly. So I think what happens a lot of times, and I can't speak for Claudie Sky, but a lot of times when people transition to a plant-based diet, they don't eat enough calories. And when you're not satiated from enough calories, whether it's from starch or fat or just enough volume of food, then I think you can tend to have more cravings, because you need to feel full and satisfied. Even when you're losing weight, and that's the secret. And that's why I like the calorie density approach, because we get to eat large volumes of food and not feel hungry. And boy, as a raw foodist, it blows my mind though. Like when I think about somebody like Robbie Barbero, who's a friend of mine, and he literally eats 14 pounds of food a day. I measured it one day and I eat about 4, some days 5. And I'm like, could I really triple this? Because that's why I'm late, by the way, because I said to her, my 11 o'clock guest was less, and I said, listen, I like to have time for lunch, and I'm eating a salad, and you know how long that takes.
Yep, totally. I know. I was like, I want my friends to chew. So I was like, you take your time eating that salad. I know that it takes a little more time, but it's not like people feel like they're going to spend all day eating, but it's not like that. If you start, you eat your breakfast, you eat your lunch, you eat your dinner, you might take a little extra time to eat them, but it's not that big of a deal. We eat a lot of food too. Our salad bowls are massive, a whole head of romaine lettuce, a whole cucumber, 3 or 4 big tomatoes, and we've got the dressing and the sprouts and the radishes. We've loaded up a huge amount of salads twice a day. And yeah, I love that we can eat a lot of food. It's so nice.
Yeah. So Plant-Based Genie says, John Kohler's the reason I went plant-based. Chef Edge interview him. If you can introduce me, I would love to, because he's the reason I bought the Nutri Milk, because I feel like his reviews are very fair and unbiased.
Yeah, I really like John Kohler's love of vegetables, because I feel like there's so much emphasis on the fruit in the raw community, and fruit is amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the fruit and it's essential. But so are greens, and so are vegetables, and so are sprouts, and so are all of those things too. I feel like they're equally important to have on a raw diet.
Absolutely. I just got into sprouting, by the way. You know, that's what happens. Every time I interview a guest, I get very passionate about whatever they're doing. So I had Doug Evans on, who wrote the Sprout book, and I started sprouting. And I mean, it's not hard, but you know, you gotta, it's like exercise. You can't just do it once and say, I'm done the rest of my life. You kind of have to have a little system, because it, you know, it does take a few days to get each one done. And when you sprout, how important is it to have them in the sun when it's at that last phase? Is it, some people have said 10 minutes, some people have said 2 hours. Does it matter?
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I know some people who will just put it out for a couple hours in the sun, and we don't have any sun exposure in our house. So we haven't been doing it for the last year and a half. We just sprout them, and hopefully they get a little bit green if we have it on the kitchen counter, but it's not a big deal. I think that it's just fine if you don't have the time to get them in the sun. It's just fine anyways.
Good, yeah, because it doesn't really change the color or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. John asks Sunshine. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe, oh shoot, maybe it's Jonas.
Jonas, yeah. Hi,
I'm
Jonas.
so sorry. I'm so embarrassed. I am so sorry. It's John asks.
It's John as Sunshine, right? So he is Sunshine.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I looked at it like 3 words. John ass Sunshine, or it could be Jonas Sunshine. I am so sorry. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed, but I had a good laugh. He says he got the bundle today. His girlfriend has 2 books in it. Who is your girlfriend? Justina ass Sunshine. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm doing that. Hill Cassia says, how much fruit do you eat in a day in a raw diet?
Well, I personally, I do like kind of a split between fruit and greens. So I aim to have, I would say around 70% of my total calories comes from fruit. I do fruit in the morning for breakfast, and I tend to eat around 800 to 1,000 calories for my breakfast, and it's just fruit. So it's a fruit smoothie or a fruit bowl or a mono meal of fruit or something. I'll just eat fruit for about 800 or 1,000 calories first thing in the morning. Then as snacks, I'll eat fruit like apples, grapes, oranges, more bananas or mangoes or pineapple or something. I will eat fruit as my snacks throughout the day, because that's the only thing that I use as snacks. So no nuts, no trail mix, none of that. And then I do for lunch is typically a fruiting vegetable salad, because we know tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, bell peppers, and all that, those are all fruit, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a fruit salad with those non-sweet fruits and a whole head of romaine lettuce. And then my dressing is date-based. So I have like 6 dates in my dressing. So that gives me a good amount of calories for my salad. And then I do the same thing again for dinner. I have a lot of that. But again, yeah, I eat around, I would say 50-50. Like, I like to have my fruit, but I also like to have my salads.
Because especially if you don't like things really, really sweet, that's what's so nice about the culinary vegetables like zucchini, tomato, bell pepper, okra, eggplant. Can eggplant be eaten raw? I've never had raw eggplant.
Yeah, actually in the burger book, in the bundle, there is a recipe for eggplant bacon. And that's marinated and dehydrated, and it's super crispy and delicious. You can add it to burgers or sandwiches or crumple it onto your salads. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, yep. I think I printed out a bacon recipe from, oh, wait, where is it? Right here. It might have been from Ocean's book.
Ocean, yep.
Yeah, I had, oh my God, zucchini bread poppers. I mean, this bundle is amazing, guys. You don't have to be a raw foodist. Oh, I don't remember whose book this was, but I found something called Spicy date sauce. This was, I can't remember whose book it was because, you know, it doesn't say on it. Oh, this was from Ocean's book, Zucchini Bacon. It blew my mind. And again, there's no salt, you know, a lot. I mean, and he had cinnamon buns. Somebody had cinnamon buns.
Look at you printing them all out.
Actually, no, I'm very raw accepting and raw. I mean, it's just because I can't do something doesn't mean, you know, I tried, I didn't, it doesn't mean I won't do it again. I was raw for a couple of years, but I'm very interested in the science, and then I'm impressed by the people who can do it. I'm going to have a raw week the last week of July, actually spearheaded by Dr. Doug Graham, and he actually picked all the guests. So there'll be actually people I don't even know. So how do you like that?
Yes, that is awesome. Yeah. I love it too, because it's not about perfection. It's just about enjoying all the plant foods that Mother Nature has for us, right? And if you want to eat raw food, then eat raw food.
Yeah. Actually, you know, let's see if I can get up the nerve. I actually wrote a song about raw food, and maybe I'll sing it. But well, usually when I sing, and I'm not a singer, but when I would sing, I would do song parodies in my cooking classes, and you know, I would have a track, so it's a lot easier. But maybe because you're here, I'll have the nerve to do it. But I just want to read the comment from Ava. I sent you a package, said AJ. I'm excited for you to receive it. Thank you. Yes, I want to interview John Kohler. I just need to be hooked up with him. Claudia Sky says, I need to lose 70 pounds per my GP. I hope I can do it following Chef AJ. Just not sure how to battle meat cravings. So yeah, usually, so for me, the people that come to me, the cravings aren't so much usually for meat. It's usually dairy more than say meat, or it's, you know, the processed food, the sugar, flour. So I've never battled meat cravings, so I don't know how to answer somebody. I know that people that go to the True North Health Center and do a water fast generally neuroadapt or get over cravings sooner. But, you know, one thing I would say is, are you anemic? Because there was only one time in my life that, and I don't like meat. I became vegan very young, and I'm the kind of person walk by the meat aisle like this and go to the grocery store. But I remember once when I was in my 40s, I was craving a steak, and I'm like, I'd already been vegan for 23 years. Well, at the time I was pregnant, it was a flawed pregnancy. I ended up having to terminate the pregnancy, but I was craving meat, and it turned out I was very, very anemic because I was bleeding. So I'm wondering, because for me, meat cravings, I don't know how to advise because I've never experienced them. I really don't know anyone who has. And I'm not saying it's not real, because Dr. Barnard has a lecture free on YouTube called Breaking the Food Seduction. He talks about how cheese, meat, sugar, and dairy are the four most addictive foods. But with cravings, I think you just have to just give yourself lots of high nutrient foods and some time.
I agree.
Somebody eats raw meat. Lots of people do. Well, I did not know that.
On the craving front, I'm actually writing a free ebook about cravings. And I found that for people, when they have a craving, traditional diet advice is to ignore the craving or distract yourself from the craving. But that doesn't work, because when you have a craving, it's your body's signaling you to put fuel in, right? It's like the fuel gauge on your vehicle, right? When it gets down to empty, you get that flashing signal. It's like, I need fuel, right? So that's kind of what I feel like a craving is. And people ask me so many times, they're like, Lissa, where do you get the willpower to avoid all the cravings? And I say the most beneficial thing that is way more powerful than any form of willpower is eating enough. If you eat enough, and you fill up with healthy foods, and you're not calorie restricting, and you're actually paying attention to the foods you're eating, and you're abundantly eating, getting a lot of variety, it's so easy to say no, because you're full up. You're full with fiber and nutrition and everything, and you feel good because you're making those choices. But when you go long hours without eating, when you skip meals, when you are under eating, these are all like brewing grounds for cravings.
Yeah, you got to eat enough. Mm-hmm. So Lou says, is it okay to cook my sprouted lentils? I've never sprouted legumes yet.
Oh, you could cook them. I personally eat them raw. If you're getting sprouting seeds that are like specifically for sprouting, like companies will actually test them for any bacteria that might be in them. So if you get actual sprouting seeds, and by the way, anyone who buys the bundle, you can get the bundle in Chef AJ's link or in my link in bio on Instagram. If you get the bundle, you can actually send a message to Perfect Foods Inc. They're here on Instagram, and they are offering 10% off sprouting seeds like lentils, radishes, broccoli, if you send them a copy of your receipt. So if you send them a copy of your receipt that you bought the bundle, they'll get you 10% off sprouting seeds. So that's a really cool bonus. And yeah, I eat all my sprouts raw. I love them raw.
Wow. After you've sprouted them, though, you don't.
Yeah, after
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not the actual seed. They have to be sprouted.
Polito says, I have a lot of issues with my teeth. It's hard to chew so much. Will my teeth get stronger on a raw vegan lifestyle? I don't know, but you certainly can blend your food. You know, you can even blend salads. You know, people always think smoothies sweet, but I've made blended salads. Like when I used to take the train, you know, I don't want to sit there on a train eating a salad for a half hour. So I would just blend my salad, my savory salads.
Yep. Actually, when we were having our retreat, we did a retreat with Ted Carr for like Instagram growth and business growth as a vegan. And we were serving big salads every night, and Ted would eat half of his salad. And when he was finished, he was like, I don't really want to chew anymore. He would dump the rest of his salad into the Vitamix, and he would blend it and then just drink the rest. So
yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly good. And you know, it may not always look pretty, but it tastes a lot like gazpacho soup.
Yeah, totally. And it's so delicious. Might as well, right? And it helps you to get more calories in so that you're not always constantly chewing. You could totally do that.
Yep. Carol says, this is an interesting question. What's the most satiating raw food that you eat?
Ooh. Well, as per ingredient, I would have to say the most satiating that I have ever had for a single ingredient would either be meme sapote or sprouts. Sprouts tend to satiate me a lot. And mame sapote, for some reason, is so filling. I love it. It tastes kind of like baked sweet potato. So if you are looking for a baked sweet potato flavor, you can use mame sapote, and you can make like pumpkin pies. It tastes exactly like a pumpkin pie when you sprinkle a little cinnamon on it. It's amazing, and it's low fat. It's only 3% fat. It's like a banana. So super awesome little food. But for meal wise, my raw chili in the burger book, there's a recipe for the chunky lentil chili. It is so satiating. I eat that, I'm just like, whew, so filling, so filling. So there are definitely options. And also keep in mind that, again, it's under eating. People just don't naturally eat a lot on a raw diet because it's so fiber filled. And like you said, like the calorie density is so different that you eat this like big giant salad and your body just digests it so fast. So you have to eat actually more than what you think in order to feel satiated.
Yeah. Where do you get sapote?
Sapote, the last time we got it was from Miami Fruit. So Miami Fruit in Florida, I think it's miamifruit.org. You can go to their website and they have mame there. They're the ones that supply the mame for the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And it's delicious. But other than that, I have gone to Asian markets. In Portland, they had a bunch at a little Asian market there. Like anywhere where you can get some of the exotics like durian or jackfruit or anything like that. They sometimes have meme, but you could also ask your produce guys, because most grocery stores can order everything, but they don't because it's not popular, or you know, that they're worried it'll go bad. But most grocery stores can special order you a case of mame. It'll be a little expensive, but it would be worth it.
Nice. Let's see. The name is Shauna says, for loose and saggy skin from weight loss, is there a way to support the body to lose weight age 44 and not have loose skin? My understanding is the only way to do that is that if you're a person that has always exercised and has muscle, the people I know that have lost weight 50 pounds and more, almost all of them, because we did it late in life, like 40s, 50s, 60s, have some loose skin somewhere. The only people I know that didn't were ones that were avid exercisers throughout their lives. And even though it may have had excess body fat, also had a lot of built up muscle. But I don't know. If there's a secret way, please let me know.
Yeah, when I lost my 70 pounds, I didn't have as much, but I feel like for me, my observation from my experience was, number one, slow weight loss instead of losing like 30 pounds right away, right? And also eating enough, because a lot of people, when they lose weight, they're calorie restricting. They're eating like 1,000, 1,200 calories a day. And in that case, your body has to make up for the calories that you're not giving it. So it's going to eat your muscle mass and your fat, right? So if you're going to lose that muscle that's holding everything nice and tight, So like you said, the people who exercise a lot have less saggy skin, but also if you're under eating, your body's going to eat itself and it's just not going to be a happy end result. So I always recommend to lose weight very slowly if possible and to eat enough yourself so you're not eating.
That
that's okay.
Should put my I forget Instagram is your phone, and I probably should have put it. I'm kind of new to Instagram, but yeah, I had Dr. Nicole Avina yesterday on the show. She wrote Why Diets Fail. She said slow weight loss, people tend to keep it off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Regina says, do you ever eat wraps? You betcha. I bet she does. I mean,
we eat wraps too, raw wraps. We've made a lot of different raw wraps, and we like collard greens or cabbage. Actually, the other day I made cabbage rolls with Chris Kendall's cabbage roll recipe from his spring meal plan that's in the bundle. And that was really super cool recipe. But yeah, you can buy raw wraps at the stores. You can make your own wraps in the dehydrator. It's all good. Wraps are delicious.
Yep. Let's see what I see here. Risa is saying black bean burgers with steak seasoning helped her craving for meat. And Regina says, I've had major cravings 3 months being plant-based. You know, one of the other things that cravings can be, at least according to the GI doctors I interviewed, is that if you've been eating animal products and processed food, or either one or both, your microbiome is used to that. And that when you start eating healthy, it's like your microbiome revolts because it's not getting its addictive fix. And that's what they said cravings for some people can be. So,
yeah. So you just have to kind of work through it. Feed the good bacteria, the plant fiber, so that you can grow those guys and then they eventually take over your gut and keep those other guys quiet.
Yep. Can't see.
We've got lots of questions. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of people like fruit, which is good. Do you have to buy sprouting seeds, or can you just sprout the bean itself? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe Lissa does.
Yeah, so sprouting seeds, it's recommended to get the specific sprouting seeds. The reason is, there's two reasons for getting the actual sprouting seeds, is because number one, they're tested for bacteria. So if you're worried about E. coli or salmonella or anything like that, they test the sprouting seeds to make sure they're safe for you to sprout at home. The second reason is that the sprouting seeds are typically the best seeds, right? The rest of them kind of go to the bulk bin for cooking, but you can sprout bulk seeds as long as they're not split. I've sprouted bulk lentils before. The only problem is like not all of them germinate. So I prefer the sprouting seeds just because they have such a better turnout when it comes to germination. And plus the safety is kind of a nice peace of mind.
Nice. Let's see. Regina says, is it true that healthy fats can hinder healing digestive issues? I have not heard that, but I'm not a GI doctor, so I don't know.
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, as long as you're in the 10% range or whatever, 10, 15% total fats, and you're eating good fats like chia seeds and hemp seeds and flax and the high omegas, I think that's just totally fine.
It's interesting because there is so much overlap, like with the doctors that I've had on the show, or that are having me on their summits, like Dr. Graham and Dr. Rick Dina. They eat low fat. They're raw, but they're low fat. Like I'm low fat. They eat SOS free, and I eat SOS free. And I don't eat flour, and they don't eat flour. So there is a lot of crossover. It's just that the deal breaker is that I cook my food because I love potatoes, and sweet potatoes especially. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we've been saying this whole time, it's like it doesn't. If you want to have a little sweet potato in your raw salad or with a salad on the side, like it's, as long as you're eating plants.
Yeah, I mean, there is no raw police that comes over and like checks.
Exactly.
That'd be kind of funny though. Whipper says, how long did it take you to lose 70 pounds? You said 14 months, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. 14 months to lose 70 pounds. And there was a period where I had kind of a plateau. It was like maybe about a month or two. I didn't change anything. I didn't increase my exercise or what have you. It just took, for some reason, my body wanted to take a break from the weight loss. And then all of a sudden I started losing weight again. So it's just my body wanted to do what it wanted to do.
Yeah. Casalandra says, if you have digestive issues, lower fat is best. And how much water do you drink in a day?
I drink about 2 liters on top of all my raw food. So in the raw food movement, there is a trend that water, like you shouldn't be drinking water because you can get everything from your fruits and vegetables. However, I personally disagree with that because I feel like we need the added hydration anyways. Like it's not just getting it from our food. Of course, the water from our food is amazing, but I think we need to add water. And I do notice that if I don't drink the water, I feel a little bit more dehydrated. So I feel water is so important on top of eating your raw food, especially if you eat cooked food, because cooked food can be dehydrating depending on what you're eating, like crackers and bread and all of those dried foods, they pull water from your colon. So you need to hydrate extra when you're eating cooked. But I drink a liter of lemon water in the morning and then probably about a liter throughout the day. And then I'm actually going to start a little challenge with myself. I want to drink about 500 to 1,000 mils of water before bed. I'm going to do just a little challenge. I know I'm probably going to pee a lot, but I want to see how I feel in the morning after doing that. Because you're headed into 8 hours of no hydration, right? So I want to hydrate before sleep and just see how I feel.
Wow. Oh boy. There's a question from Christine. Do you have any raw recipes from Cara Brockman in the bundle?
No, actually, Cara didn't join the bundle, but possibly next time. We'll see. We don't know yet, but they have some pretty awesome recipes too. They are higher fat. They're actually quite high fat, and they don't do a lot of fruit. So, yeah.
Yeah. The raw recipes I have are too, because that's what we learned in culinary school. I can read you guys some of the names of the people in the bundle. Chris Kendall, a 21-day spring meal plan. 33 Foundational Food Fundamentals by Steve Factor, 7-day raw vegan meal plan by Ted Carr, 7 days raw by, is it Aja Kirshner?
Aja, yeah.
Aja Kirshner. Best tips and recipes to go and stay raw by Rennie and Jesse Bogdanovich. Childproof recipes for everyone by Arnold Kaufman. Creating dietary peace by Rosalind Graham. Detox your life with audio included. Nicole, Nurturing Compassion. Dude Food by Nathan Maris. Easy Raw Food Vegan Eat Recipe by Jung Soo. I'll be here all day. Easy Raw Vegan Recipes for Natural Healing by Ashley Hills. Eat for Life, the raw vegan recipes and lifestyles from the farm of Costa Rica. Eat Fruit, Live Slow by Rosie Heels. Eat Plant-Based by Jesse Jacoby. Eat, Move, Rest, 5-day raw reset by the Stanzics. Ebook Raw Vegan Sweets and Treats and Smoothies by Camilla. For the Love of Real Food by Maria Santiago and Marco Ranzi. Food is the Real Fast Food by Lexi Tavares. Fruit Love by Arnold Kaufman. Fruitarian Meal Plan by Ted Carr. Health is the Real Wealth by Michelle Byman. How I Lost Weight Eating Comfort Foods by Star Harper. Interactive Food Journal by Melissa Maris. Johnny Juicer's Ultimate Juicing Recipes. Lifestyle Info by Eve Zeiler. Lifestyle Regeneration by Arnold Kaufman. Live Like Live for 7 days, raw vegan meal plan. Living Foods for Everyone, Traditional Breakfast by Chef Ocean, I love that one. Nuts About No Nuts by John Kozak, love the title. One Smoothie Bowl a Day by Sachiko Tazaki. Our Family Table, Tips and Tricks by the King Family. And Raw Family Recipes by the King Family. Top 30 for 30 by Doctors Rick and Karen Dina. Plant-Based Summer Body Starter Kit by Elena Perez. The Raw Food Diet and Other Healing Habits by Don Bennett. Raw and Vegan Smoothie Recipes by Fruity Eva. Raw Desserts by Aja Kirshner. Raw Fast by
Nzinga.
Thank you.
Yes, baby, I like it raw.
Raw Food Kids by Ashley Chong. Raw Health Transformation by Louise Koch. Raw Natural Hygiene No Heat Recipes by Curtis Griffin. Raw on the Go by Jenna Davila. Raw Vegan Abundance by Anais Rath. Raw Vegan Weight Loss Accelerator Course by Konstantinos. You got
Katsonis. Yeah,
thank
he's
you.
So cool.
Rawlicious by Elena Perez. I mean, guys, that's like, I still have like 40 books to read. So that gives you kind of an idea of all the breadth and depth of a Tropical Food Guide by Marina Grubik. Plant-Based Business Jumpstart Kit by Ted Carr. Inside Scoop, Mastering the Art of Small Batch and Ice Cream.
Yep.
Nathan Maris, $43 on Amazon for $6 more, or $5, $5 or $6 more. You get all 60 books, and I think it's valued at something like $1,600 if they bought it separately.
Yeah, and it's all for $49 if you buy
only
it
for the next couple days, because once it's gone, and then you're gonna. This is what always happens, because we've never done a bundle ourselves, but we've participated in the No Meat Athlete bundle after Black Friday. and I think they let you have to like Monday, and then, you know, and he's really strict, Matt. And then like people will email him the next day and like, no. I mean, I don't know how strict you are, but I remember like they would write, I go, I can't do it. You know, we've given you a week. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the lies will be saved. I mean, I think it just stays in my thing. I'm not so good about how this works, but let's see. Waldgrun says, I've been no overt fast for a year, and it's very much kickstarted my digestive healing. Very good. Well, you know, when I interviewed people for the GI Health Summit, one of the success stories, you might have heard of him, is oh my God, the colon health. What's his name? Nice guy from another. He had ulcerative colitis. And that's what healed him was smoothies, because he basically couldn't eat at first, and he had gotten really, really thin. And so for him, for his digestive health, that's what really helped, was like lots of smoothies, lots of fruit, you know. So
yep,
that's
fruit for the win. Lots of fiber.
That's what fixed him. So anyway, so when I was in culinary school, I went to Living Light, which is a raw culinary school, but you know, it's more gourmet. You know, we eat salad, but it was that's right when agave first came out, and people were using coconut oil, so everything was pretty decadent and high fat and things like that. But I did write a little song, and I think it goes like this, if I remember it: nothing you can say can take me away from raw food. And then you go, raw food. Nothing you can do can make me untrue to raw food.
To raw food.
Because raw food makes me feel so great. I can eat all I want and still lose weight. There's not a plan today that could take me away from raw food. And then three girls behind me go, raw food. Then it went, nothing from the oven could make me stop loving raw food. Raw food. Nothing you could bake could make me forsake my raw food.
Raw food.
I'm sticking to raw food like a stamp to a letter, cause when it comes to health, there's nothing better, not a plan today that could take me away from raw food. And then the last line was, what was the last verse? Nothing you can fry could make me say goodbye to raw food. Raw food. Nothing you could grill could give me such a thrill as raw food. Raw food. Because raw food keeps me in the pink, and the best part is my shit don't stink. There's not a plan today. So people love that line, and it's true. You know, when you're raw, it's like bunny rabbit. Your poop doesn't stink. It's like being a bunny rabbit.
I love it. Oh, that was so good. Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. When I used to do it in the classes, I had 3 girls behind me, and they were called the Kalettes, and we choreographed it. And then, it was kind of cute. But anyway, so that's my raw food song. Yeah. If you call me sometime. You have my number. I won't answer. I have a rap song on my outgoing message that I wrote 21 years ago. Same message. And it's pretty fun. Well, thank you guys. Yes. Thinking I'm not. So anyway, well, this is so fun. Maybe I'll start doing this more. The only thing I don't like about Instagram Lives is it's like I don't like having to do stuff from my phone. It's just a little easier, typing and all that time. Yeah, it's all the fiber. That is so true. Yeah, you cannot be constipated on a raw food diet. You can be constipated on a vegan diet. But I don't see how it's possible on a raw diet, unless you're just eating coconut oil or something.
Yeah, or if you're only eating like 600 calories. And
right,
like...
but there is so much fiber, Yeah. I used to hate dates. Now I love the banana and date smoothies. You know, it's funny, Lissa, I find like sometimes dates are just too sweet. They're like so sweet.
Yeah, I know. Some people do find that where they feel it's a little too sweet, and that's totally cool. Like you can replace it with other things. I have like my French dressing, which is 5 dates, 2 cloves of garlic, the juice of a lemon, a little apple cider vinegar, and some smoked paprika. Is a little, like for some people it might be a little too sweet, but then just like cut back on the amount of dates. Like you could maybe do 3 dates instead, but you would have to replace the calories with more salad ingredients.
Yeah, I do a lemon poppy seed dressing, and I put some dates in. I 2 ounces, but it's for a lot, but it's not so sweet with the lemon and everything like that. What's the one fruit you used to not like, but after raw you eat consistently?
For me, it's raspberries. Actually, I used to hate raspberries for some reason. I don't know why. I just didn't really enjoy them. And cucumbers as well. I never really liked cucumbers. I felt they were so bland, but because I was overstimulated with all the other junk, right, that cucumbers just seem so bland. Now I love raspberries and I eat cucumbers every single day. So
yeah, those are great. How many calories do you get on a raw diet? You mentioned this before. It's a lot.
Yeah, so when I was losing weight, I was eating 2,100 to 2,300 calories. Now I'm 5'5" and not
Me
super
too.
active. Oh, sweet. I'm not super active. I want to get more active, but right now, after I lost all my weight, now my average day is around 2,400 calories. Sometimes it goes up to 2,700 calories, and only once in a blue moon, like if I do like a massive hike or I work out a lot, then I'll eat around 3,000, but that's like pushing it. That's a lot of food.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never counted mine, but I'm probably like I'm like 25 years older than you, so I don't think I have as many needs for as many calories. So I'm guessing I get about 1,900 a day, but I mean, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And we always kind of underestimate too. Sometimes it's like, whoa, that was actually a lot more than I thought it was. So
well, you know, what's interesting is because when you eat I'm sure you know what caloric density is. When you're eating so calorically dilute, nutrient rich, and really the caloric density of the food you eat is so low, you know, it's really hard to overeat. You know,
yeah.
if anything, you may lose too much weight eating that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why some people need to add like the sweet potato to their salad. I know a lot of pregnant women, there are a lot of pregnant women who do raw just fine, but during breastfeeding, you need extra calories. So a lot of people who are on a raw diet with pregnancy, they'll add a sweet potato or they'll add some no salt and oil quinoa or steamed veggies or something to their raw salads. So they get that extra boost of calories to help them so they don't lose way too much weight. Because that's a problem too. If you're under eating, obviously, it's not good in many ways.
And, you know, and a lot of people that have been raw for years sometimes add, like I interviewed Sherry Soria, the founder of Living Light, and she'll eat, I mean, she doesn't eat cooked food like a lot, but sometimes they'll have some beans or some quinoa, like you say. It's like they, you know, they don't feel like, you know, they're bad raw people, you know.
No, yeah, exactly. I know. And that's the whole mindset, the perfectionist mindset that can be prevalent in the raw community. I'm trying to really like have people be accepting of just eating more raw foods. And Nate and I, we actually wrote out a list of all the different raw foods that we eat within a week, like all the different produce and the spices and the herbs and the sprouts that we make and everything. And we crossed over 80 different varieties of raw plant foods in a week. So it's not like we're doing just mangoes and just bananas and romaine lettuce. Like we're eating 80 different things. And that was actually Dr. Will, who wrote Fiber Fueled, who really inspired us to like get counting and see like what exactly are we eating and how can we have more variety in our diet. And just like our digestion is just on point because we have so much variety in our diet.
Wow. Vakban says, getting the bundle tomorrow. Looking forward to incorporating the recipes. Thank you. And let's see, I just started 3 weeks. I'm loving this way of eating. Terrific. Now, dads and lads, barbers, nothing the last 2 years could shift my weight. 3 weeks, weight is coming off. Yahoo.
Woo!
Well, this is one. Is there a certain amount of calories you have to eat raw to keep from losing your hair and developing low iron? I would think there's a certain amount of calories you have to eat no matter what, just to either maintain weight or depending if you want to lose weight, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, again, the #1 reason why people fall off of a raw diet, or they're losing their hair, they're losing their period, they're feeling stressed out and headachy and irritable and all of that is #1 because they're not eating enough. So if you eat enough and you get enough variety, you're going to get a lot of nutrition. And I see this constantly in the raw food world, people just not eating enough. They're under eating, so their body is just, I mean, any diet. It doesn't have to be raw, vegan, or omnivorous. It doesn't matter. If you're not eating enough and you're not getting enough nutrition, then things are going to happen.
You betcha. Wow. Oh, when will the second bundle be out? We don't know. The first one hasn't.
We don't know yet. We've been throwing around some ideas. It's going to be a surprise whenever it happens. So make sure you're following Chef AJ. Make sure that you interact with her posts and get on her email list and all of that so that you're notified. You can get on my email list. You can send me a direct message and I'll put you on my email list. So whenever that is, and just follow our content and stay tuned. It probably won't be for a bunch of months because we're going to prepare for it. We're going to get some new content. We have some amazing ideas for the next one, but this bundle is gold. It's just gold. Love it.
Yeah, I know. Guys, just check it out. Just click. Well, I don't know if you can't really click on Instagram, but check it out and just see that, like, how many books there are, and then go to Amazon and check out the books and see, like, that one book could cost $43 or 66 books or 65 books can cost $49. Do you supplement? I take B12. I don't know if Lissa takes. I'm sure she probably does. Though,
yeah,
right?
B12, and I take a D3 as well. So the vegan D3, vegan B12, and randomly here and there we do have a K2, which we take sometimes, but it's not like a daily thing. But yeah, B12 and D3, those are our two main supplements that we take.
You know what I wondered? Like, it's so difficult, just as a regular vegan who's been vegan for 44 years, to find like a doctor to like understand the way I eat. And then I finally found a lifestyle medicine doctor. He was the head of lifestyle medicine at Loma Linda. So he finally gets it. But as somebody that's raw, I'm wondering if there are any doctors that even understand your unique concerns. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I know. That's something that we need to take an adventure on to really like understand or find a doctor who will understand, because it is a very unique way of eating. And I mean, it's going to be a challenge to find somebody who will be able to help. But even if there's a vegan doctor, a lot of vegan doctors understand, like, some people do raw or eat high raw. So hopefully we can find somebody
yeah, that'd be interesting, because I'm trying to think, like, I mean, I know Gabriel Cousins is raw. He's a medical doctor, but I believe he's a psychiatrist. But I'm just thinking, like, where would a raw person go if they were sick? Hopefully they won't get sick unless they're hit by a truck like Chris.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding. Right. And his doctors were blown away by his healing. They're just like, wow, you're healing so well. And he's like, well, I just eat raw food. Right. So also a raw vegan doctor is actually my friend Areli. She was in the UK for a little while. Now she's back in the States, but she is a neurologist, or neuropathologist. Sorry, neuropathologist. So she actually diagnoses cancer. She looks at the cells and she's the one that diagnoses it. So she is a raw vegan and she promotes raw vegan diet, but it's not like it's somebody that you would go to like a general practitioner or something like that. So, but she promotes a raw diet.
That's neat. Yeah. I'm intrigued and I'm impressed when people can do something that I find so challenging, but I think it'd be a lot easier now living in Palm Springs. Chris's name is Chris Kendall, and he's the Raw Advantage, and he'll be going up against Lissa August. I think it's August 3rd. They're going to do their Iron Chef together. Yeah, that'll be interesting, because to see what you guys come up with, because with you need, hopefully you guys have big enough pantry so you'll have like onions and all those kind of things. Oh, yeah. So we'll get into that. And guys, if you haven't seen the interview I did with Lissa last Friday, where she made these beautiful Hawaiian pineapple burger with a ketchup and a bun and ice cream, you've got to check it out. It's mouth-watering, just like all the photos in her book, for sure. Well, gosh, it's just so fun talking to you.
I know. I'm so glad that we got to connect over the bundle. And the bundle has been so fun. It's kind of like we've been talking, it's like an online festival. Yeah. Like everyone's going live with everyone else and we're meeting each other and we're connecting, and it's just been such a beautiful event. So thank you so much for being part of it.
Oh my God, thank you for the opportunity. We're like bundle besties now.
Yes, bundle besties.
That is so funny. Well, great. Thank you so much, and good luck on the next few days with this such a wonderful venture that you created. So you should be very proud that you really made something very special that'll help a lot of people. And I mean, when you think about it, $1,600 if you bought it separately, 65 books. I mean, for $49, it's like, I mean, there must be like, I don't know what, 5,000. I mean, how many recipes really are in those books? Probably a lot.
Yeah, and I think I think I stopped counting at like 1,600. So there, I was like, yeah, there's definitely probably close to 2,000 recipes in here. But also on that note, there's also probably over 250 years worth of experience in there as well, because we've got like over 50 people. Some of them, like Eris, has been raw for 40 years or something, and we've got Karen, who's like 20 something. Chris is 15 years. I'm 7 almost. So like all of the years accumulated. Jesse and Rennie, they've been raw together 36 years. Look at those recipes.
I know. These are the ones I printed out because I want to make. Oh my God, these, look at, there's, it's Pop-Tarts. I mean, they're like Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts?
Yeah, hook me up with this lady because I want to have her on the show. I think this is Davila or
Jenna. Yeah, Live Pure Jenna.
Yeah. I wrote her through, I messaged her through Instagram, but she didn't respond. But maybe she'll respond to you as the leader of the bundle.
Right? Yeah, totally. I'll message her. I think she's been taking a break from Instagram. She contributed the book, but I don't know if she's been online a lot, so that might be why she hasn't.
Crystal said she just got here. You can get the bundle. You can go on Lissa's bio, my bio. It's in our link, and it'll take you there. It expires, I think, a minute before midnight on April 11th.
Yes. PST.
PST.
PST, yeah. So you got 3 days, less than 3 days now. Less than 3 days.
Check it out. Well, maybe we can do something on Sunday. Get me all your raw friends, and we can do this again, either here or on YouTube or something.
Right? Oh, yeah. A YouTube would be fun with like a whole bunch of people. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah. That's where, and guys, if you only watch me here, watch me on YouTube because we have so much fun, and there's a chat, and it's a lot easier than, I mean, here, like, it's so hard to type on your phone. I know, right? But with YouTube, I can be monitoring the chat, so it's great.
Yeah.
That's where us old people hang out, is on YouTube.
I love YouTube too. I seriously love YouTube. I've got like over 700 videos on YouTube too. So
yeah, I love
it's good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Lissa. And guys, thanks for your time, and check out the bundle. You won't be disappointed.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay. Take care. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.
Bye.